Hello audience, thank you for watching my YouTube video. This is Chris On, a realtor here in Austin, Texas area. I'm going to talk about today's topic. Is a little bit interesting and looks easy, but some confusion for the many home buyers, the first home buyers mostly. And who pays the bill? Who pays the commission? There's a two agent involved. Normally the listing agent represents seller, the homeowner, and the buy agent represent the buyer. And in conclusion, normally 99% and all the commission comes from the seller. Some exception, but I'm gonna tell you a little bit of exception later down the road. But that's the conclusion. So for the good news is for the buyer, it's I would say no burden for the commission to the buy agent. Literally for free service. So if you hire a buyer, and that's how it works, and because it's compensated from the seller ultimately, and that's a normal ordinary case. And okay, let me tell you a little bit background here. So each state could be different. So I'm telling you more based on the state of Texas standard transaction scenarios. Okay. See, if you're buying a home, you're a buyer, you're probably off the hook for paying the commission. So good news. So any Texas home buyers, the only thing is you just financially no obligate to pay the commission to the buyer agent most of cases. So you can just focus on who to hire and who do the service better for you. All right. So that's the case. Yeah, so this is the case. So it comes to the total full commission and to the listing broker, and broker split with the buyer broker, and then the buyer broker paid a portion to the agent. So the agent actually gets some portion of it, right? And your agency meaning is the one agent represent seller and buyer together. And in some state is illegal. Here in Texas is illegal but not recommended, but have to be disclosed for both party from the beginning, and consent by both of them in writing. Okay, so very difficult. Okay, here's why. Normally, transaction buyer pays a steep lot of portion for the closing cost, and loan processing fee, title fee, survey costs, recording deed, insurance, and taxes, HOA fees, and so many different fees. And the typically 2 to 7 and 3.5% of the sales price. So meaning is if you're buying a $400,000 worth home, then the closing cost, it could be up to closer to the $12,000. So a lot of burden to the buyer, and also the buyer have prepared for the down payment portion and a little bit of extra for the have to have a cash reserve for the honest money and option fee. So it's virtually impossible for the buyer to cover the buyer agent's commission with all this button. That's why approximately almost the same portion, because of lower closing cost for the seller and higher the portion the expenditure is in the agent fees, and that's why overall looks the balanced the seller standpoint and buyer standpoint. So this is why telling the story why the fee structure has to be this way. See, the seller has a lower typically the closing costs, but they have to pay for the commission portion for the broker. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, so this is it. Yeah, this is a graphical representation. So seller pays the whole brokerage fees. A listing broker share the portion, agreed portion, written on the contract with the buyer's brokerage. The buyer brokerage gets their portion and split with the agent. So agent gets only some portion of it. Okay, that's how it works. All right, so I will come back to the next session with the different topic and more interesting topic for the buyers and sellers. Thank you for watching.